I remember the first time I walked into a casino. The moment the doors opened, it felt like I had stepped into another universe. One filled with golden lights, endless energy, and the promise of luck waiting just around the corner. There was something hypnotic about it all. The ringing of the slot machines, the cheers at the tables, the complimentary drinks. It made me feel important, as if I belonged to something bigger than myself. For a man who had always felt like life kept him 2 steps behind, the casino felt like a chance to finally leap forward. I wasn't chasing millions. I wasn't greedy. I just wanted one lucky break, one win to catch up on bills, maybe take my family on a trip, or just feel for once that I had control over something. And at first, I did win. I walked in with $100 and walked out with $500. The joy, the rush, it was unlike anything I'd ever felt. I remember smiling the whole drive home, thinking, this is it. I found my thing. But the thing about luck is, it doesn't stay. And when it left me, I kept chasing it. At first, I went back once a week, then twice, then every night after work. I told myself it was just a phase. I told myself I had a system. But deep down, I knew I was spiraling. Each loss felt like a challenge. I wasn't trying to win big anymore. I was just trying to get back to zero. I started lying to my wife, to my friends, to myself. I borrowed money. I maxed out my credit cards. I took a payday loan that I knew I couldn't pay back. The worst part, I couldn't even say why I kept doing it. It wasn't fun anymore. It was survival. And I was losing not just the money, but my health, my pride, and my peace. I remember the night everything snapped. I was standing in front of a machine at 3 a.m., down to my last $20. I hadn't eaten all day. I hadn't slept. My hands were shaking. My heart was heavy. And for the first time, I saw it all clearly. This wasn't just a mistake. This was a sickness, and I needed help. The road to recovery wasn't glamorous. There were no lights, no jackpots, just long, quiet days filled with shame and slow healing. I joined a support group. I called my brother and told him the truth. I deleted the casino apps from my phone. I started over. Day by day, I rebuilt my life. It wasn't easy, but it was real. And for the first time in years, I felt free. Not because I had money, but because I had control again. Today, I still walk past casinos sometimes. I still hear the sounds, see the lights, and remember that version of me, lost, desperate, and searching for hope in a spinning wheel. But I smile now, because I found that hope. Not in a bet, but in a choice. The choice to stop running from my problems and start facing them. So if you're listening to this and it feels a little too familiar, if you're trapped in that same loop of wins and losses, of highs and crashes, please hear me. You are not weak. You are not a failure, and you are not alone. There is life beyond the lights. There is a version of you that is strong, stable, and deeply fulfilled, but you have to take that first step. It will be hard, but it will be worth it. You don't need a lucky break. You just need a new beginning. And you can start today. But walking away from the casino wasn't just about quitting a habit. It was about learning how to live again. When you've spent so long chasing illusions, it takes time to remember what's real. For me, it started small. I began each morning with a walk. No phone, no noise, just me and the sun. And with every step, I reminded myself, I still have time. I still have life. I still have purpose. I reconnected with my family, not with grand gestures, but with presence. I started listening. I started showing up. It's amazing how much healing can begin with something as simple as a shared dinner, a deep conversation, or just being there when it matters. I also made a decision, not just to survive, but to grow. Instead of putting my energy into games of chance, I started investing it into something real. My skills, my work, my dreams. I picked up a side hustle. I read books on finance, mindset, and entrepreneurship. I surrounded myself with people who were building, not betting. And slowly, things began to change. I stopped looking for shortcuts to success. And I started laying bricks. Day by day, hour by hour, I built something with my own two hands. It wasn't fast, it wasn't flashy, but it was mine, and it was solid. We've been taught that rich means fast cars, big houses, and piles of cash. But real wealth, it's waking up with peace. It's having the freedom to choose how you spend your time. It's knowing your kids are safe, your health is strong, your future is in your hands, not at the bottom of a roulette wheel. So here's what I've learned. Not just from losing it all, but from slowly gaining it back. Take care of your body. Your energy is your currency. Sleep, eat well, move. A strong body carries a strong future. Protect your mind. What you feed it matters. Turn off the noise. Read more. Learn daily. Love your people. Wealth without connection is just noise. Your family, your true friends, they're your greatest treasure. Create, don't gamble. Start something, a business, a craft, a passion. Build value, and value will come back to you. Be patient. Real growth takes time, but unlike luck, it lasts. You don't need luck. You need focus. You need discipline. You need belief. And you already have those things inside you. You are not your past. You are the author of what comes next. So write a chapter you'll be proud of. Not behind flashing lights and false promises, but in the quiet strength of a man or woman who chose to rise and never look back. You don't need luck. You need belief and discipline and love. You already have those things inside you. So close the app. Walk away from the table. Breathe and begin again. Your story isn't over. In fact, the best part might just be starting. If this message spoke to you, share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe for more stories that lift, not just entertain. And remember, you are not your past. You are the author of what comes next. And I believe in your next chapter.